Alien Covenant is yet again directed by Ridley Scott and is both a sequel to Prometheus as well as being a prequel to the Alien franchise. I went into this movie pretty damn excited because I'm one of the very few people who actually enjoys Prometheus, as well as also loving the first two Alien movies. So to finally see them come together and have some of the questions from Prometheus finally be answered was really pleasing to me, and I'm glad I finally saw this movie because some of those questions are finally answered. Not all of them, but some. Now, first of all, the one thing I really liked about this movie was the general transition between Prometheus and Alien. I thought it was overall done pretty well. They could have done it a little bit better, but for the most part, you can clearly tell where Prometheus ends and Alien starts. Even if it is quite abrupt, it's still done as best as they could have possibly done it. Again, similar to Prometheus, I like a lot of the ideas on show, and I like the general evolution of events that take place. And I generally think for a movie like this, it works pretty well. When you think about it in the scheme of things, though, and how the eventual Alien movies occur, I mean, it doesn't quite add up, and in all fairness, Ridley Scott has kind of fucked himself over in terms of the origins of the xenomorph. But if you're just watching this movie to see Prometheus connecting to Alien finally, then I think you'll be mostly satisfied. Also, it goes without saying, but this movie looks incredible. Personally, I think this is Ridley Scott's best looking film in a long time, and I think it's even the first or one of the first Alien movies to really incorporate wide landscapes and a lot of greenery into the overall feel of the movie, because to be honest, the majority of the movie does not take place on a spaceship or inside a building this time. It actually takes place outside, and I don't think there's been any other Alien movie that has taken place this much outside ever. So yeah, they really do take advantage of their surroundings. The cinematography is gorgeous in every single shot. Blended with the CGI and as many practical effects as they could get away with, you overall get a really nice looking movie that is well executed. And this leads into the acting, which is actually really good from pretty much everybody. However, there are two particular standouts. One of them which really surprised me, and that one is Danny McBride as Tennessee. He was actually one of the best things in this movie. He was really good in his role. He gave a lot of emotion to it. Even if some of the choices he makes are kind of stupid, I do think overall he was a very emotional character, and he really showed that in his performance. However, that being said, the best thing about this movie, hands down, is Michael Fassbender's performance. He's not playing one role this time. He's playing two different roles, and he absolutely nails both of them. And his role is actually the most important in the film, because his characters that he's playing are the main focus of the story and how things eventually play out. So if he doesn't get those roles right, then the whole movie fails. Luckily, he's amazing in both of those roles, and the movie does not fall flat because of this. Now, for those of you that were complaining about Prometheus not having any xenomorphs till the very end, and even what we do get isn't really a proper xenomorph, your prayers have been answered in Alien Covenant, because we get everything you could have wanted from an Alien movie. It's gory, it's very, very intense, and there were honestly a couple of times that made me not just wince, but almost made me vomit, just because of how violent and aggressive the gore was. And I've got to give props to Ridley Scott on that one, because I'm usually okay with gore in movies. So to have an Alien movie almost make me want to throw up, I'm going to see as a positive, because that means he's done an effective job with the gore and violence in this movie. Now, unfortunately, this movie is not perfect by any means, and there are a few flaws with it. The main one being that everyone in this movie is just there to die. it's very cliched, the way they tackle all of their deaths, and when you see all these people, all the characters, you know they're gonna die somehow, you just don't exactly know how and when they will die. And unfortunately they tackle it in not the best way possible, because it's very cliched and predictable. For example, you get the odd, like, oh, I'm just going to go over here for a cigarette. He's obviously going to die. And they do a lot of things like that, which unfortunately made it very predictable, because as soon as someone walks off screen, they're dead. And unfortunately, I would have liked a little bit more from that, and something a little bit more different or creative. I mean, don't get me wrong, that formula is pretty effective. I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it. But the thing is, we've seen it so many times, and seeing that this is a Ridley Scott movie, I was expecting him to do something maybe a little bit different, or maybe take the story and predictability and cliches in a way that we'd never seen before, but unfortunately he doesn't, and it just becomes predictable and cliched, which unfortunately acts as a flaw for the movie. The most annoying thing about Alien Covenant from my perspective is that whenever something is done really well in this movie, you immediately have something bad just around the corner to counteract it. So it's kind of a win-lose situation. But overall, I was thoroughly entertained, and I'm going to give Alien Covenant the same grade that I gave Prometheus of a 7 out of 10. It's definitely not perfect by any means, but for what we got, it's not that bad. Also, just a quick side note, I really like how the score of the movie incorporates not just the original Alien theme, but the original Prometheus theme as well, and the way that it blends them both in does add to the transitional phase of these two movies coming together. So guys, that was my review of Alien Covenant. If you've seen the movie, then let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Bye!